Ladies and gentlemen, inductee Mike "Frog" Horton. Mike Horton, also known as Frog, was born on July 19, 1955 in Guntersville, Alabama, to Addie Mae and James Cecil J.C. Horton. Mike came from an athletic family of four brothers that included Stanley Howell, a 2012 Marshall County Sports Hall of Fame inductee, Robert and Wayne Horton, and Kim Williamson. His sister, Beverly Ann Horton, is a former Wildcat cheerleader. When Mike was 14, his mother passed away, and his grandmother, Lily Mae McDonald, took them all in and made sure that they went to school and church. Mike says that she was his biggest fan. In the spring of 1967, Mike was a sixth grader watching the high school team and his cousin, Hall of Fame inductee Butch Looney, go through spring training, when Guntersville head football coach Hollis Coleman encouraged him to walk to Carlisle Park Junior High School to see Coach Donnie Ryan and go out for spring training football. He was the only one of his classmates to make the decision to transfer and play football that year. Horton began playing football, basketball, and running on the track team in the 7th grade. In high school, he quickly became one of the most outstanding players in Wildcat history. Mike said that he was nicknamed Frog by Hall of Fame coach Jackie Thrower. According to Thrower, Mike had big eyes and powerful legs, just like the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County, as described by Mark Twain. Mike played tailback for Coach Dave Hart in 1971 and 72. As a senior in 1972, he ran for 1,012 yards. Mike also played linebacker on defense and led the team in tackles. Mike was the first of 11 players named to the Guntersville Team of the Century by an anonymous committee led by Hall of Fame radio announcer Bill Yancey. After the 1971 contest with the Albertville Aggies ended in a 14-14 tie and a fight, Yancey described the 1972 rivalry game by saying, "Mike Horton stomped them with 227 yards. It was his greatest game of the season." The Wildcats won 29-7. For the second year in a row, Mike was selected to both the All-Marshall County team and honorable mention on the Birmingham News All-State team. His all-time rushing stats of 1,742 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 6.7 yards per carry rank Horton as the 8th highest rusher in GHS history. Mike was also a 3-year All-County performer in track as a sprinter and 2 years in the shot put. He was also an outstanding basketball player for the Wildcats, playing alongside Hall of Fame inductee Kent Looney. Mike was also selected as the most outstanding athlete at GHS in his 1973 senior class. Following his high school career, Horton signed to play football with Samford University, where he led the team in rushing as a freshman. Samford dropped their football team after that year, and Mike transferred to Alabama A&M University to play for legendary coach Louis Cruz. As a sophomore in 1975, he became the first Alabama A&M running back to rush for over 1,000 yards. In the Magic City Classic that year, Horton rushed for 221 yards on 29 carries to lead the Bulldogs to a 29-22 victory against the Alabama State University Hornets. Mike's powerful running performance earned him the MVP award for the Classic in 1975, and he was the leading rusher in the Southern Conference. Sidelined with an injury in 1976, Horton returned for his senior year in 1977 and was the Southern Conference's leading rusher for the second time. His total rushing yards of 1,571 places him with the 6th most rushing yards in A&M history. Following his senior year, Mike embarked on a professional football career, playing for the American Football Association Birmingham Vulcans, leading the team in rushing and scoring, and the West Virginia Rockets. This photo is from the AFA Championship game with the Rockets, where he rushed for over 200 yards and was voted the game's MVP. He was then picked up by the USFL Birmingham Stallions as a backup to Auburn great Joe Cribbs. After 2 years there, Horton played for the Canadian Football League's Hamilton Tiger Cats and Ottawa Rough Riders, where he was selected the CFL Offensive Player of the Week in his first start against the British Columbia Lions. After 6 years of professional football, Mike retired and began to work a variety of jobs, which led to a long-time career in the steel industry in Gadsden, Alabama. He married Guntersville graduate and Head Start teacher Pamela Ellis in 2005. Mike and Pamela currently live in Gadsden, Alabama. Mike has 2 children, Mike and Kashama Horton, and 4 stepchildren, Tyler, Mitchell, Kelly, and Dustin Ellis. Ladies and gentlemen, Class of 2015 inductee, Mike Frog Horton.